Hello and welcome to your weekly horoscope forecast for week commencing the 31st of January. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now what I'm going to do is provide a broad overview of what we can expect, but then as ever dive deep to give you in forensic detail the insights for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So please stay with me for that. This week begins with a sensational new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So what is a new moon? A new moon is an opportunity to set our intentions. We don't actually see the moon in the sky in most parts of the world. It's an opportunity, however, to really direct our energies into the part of our situations that particular new moon influences. So the sign of Aquarius is very much about the future. It's about friendships, collaboration and cooperation. So all those things can really come to the fore over the next 4 weeks. But this particular new moon also has, ironically, the two ruling planets or co-regents of Aquarius in somewhat of a quarrel. Saturn's part very close to the Sun and the Moon in Aquarius, and Uranus, the higher octave modern ruler of this sign, is on the 4th house cusp, and that's very much to do with home, family, emotions. But in terms of the overall zodiac, Taurus is house 2, where Uranus is. So I think if we're thinking of mixing business with pleasure, it may not be the best over the next 4 weeks, unless there's a very clear understanding of who does and contributes what, and that could work okay. But this week actually does see some glittering alliances, not least that Venus, the planet of love and affection, well, that is going to be inching its way towards a close conjunction with Mars, which really begins right at the end of this week. But Venus does forge, ironically, a beautiful link to Uranus. And then Mars, also in the sign of Capricorn, along with Venus, that's forging a very dynamic angle to Jupiter. Now when these two get together, it really can give us greater self-confidence and drive. We're going with the flow, we're not so hesitant. It can give us that much more extra momentum and self-confidence, and it comes into an exact sextile on Saturday towards the end of the week. But in relation to the other big influence of this week, that new moon, I think what it's saying to us is the sign of Aquarius can be quite idealistic, and it's just saying that as long as we look for tangible results through that earthy energy that's being manifested through Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, in its or their link to Uranus in the sign of Taurus, as long as we look for earthy solutions and we're open-minded and we take the innovation of Aquarius, we can make progress. However, if we're too idealistic about what we expect, then that's when we may feel like our wings are really being clipped, that we're not flowing, things are not flowing quite as we want. So it's about staying grounded, but also open-minded. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, I've been writing these for 25 years. Please see the link beneath this video and you can get that each morning, and it would be lovely to have you with me. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my special offer package of a year's forecast and a character analysis and get 30% off, if you've yet to really get into more serious natal astrology, this is a wonderful opportunity to do so. You can ascend above this zodiac broadcast and really understand what things are going to unfold for you as an individual based on your time, date and place of birth over the next 12 months into the early part of 23. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of January. You have quite a legendary reputation for precision, and that's something that you should be very proud of, because it shows that you can be very productive. Whatever you engage with, you like to do it well, you like to make it work efficiently, and that's a real gift. It also means you have the gift of discrimination to see what's really useful and to discard what's not. But that part of your nature that can be very focused on the details is really going to be emphasized in a positive way by this new moon, as the week begins. But it does mean that because Uranus has been pushing you to be more experimental, that side of your nature may need to take a little bit of a backseat if there is something that needs attention that isn't functioning quite as sweetly as you would like. That could be, for example, you're doing a job that's not actually really totally right for you anymore. Maybe it's something you've done in the past and done it very, very well, but maybe it's lost its sparkle for you. Because although you can work very hard and you can support others in a marvellous way, we actually have to feel passionate about what we do, otherwise our energy starts to drop. And I think if you have been very self-sacrificing and dedicated, but you're not getting the same level of satisfaction, do think afresh. But it may mean challenging the status quo. But there's a whole raft of energies this week outside of this new moon which are so positive for you particularly. Now I know your ruler Mercury is in retrograde till Thursday, but it unwinds from that and it comes out of shadow by the week's end in the most playful and outgoing part of your situation. Also, Venus is in a great link to Uranus, so keep daring to be a little different around your interests, your romantic situation. It may possibly be around a deeply practical matter, this new moon's going to flag. And if you do feel penned in and you're having to sort of circle back and pay attention to something that's not quite as outgoing and frivolous as you might like, just try to accept it, because that's where you really do function so well. But Mars is forging a fantastic angle to Jupiter, and there could be someone that you're going to encounter this week who's very, very inspirational. Now, if you are single, you could meet someone in the world of work, but you could meet someone in the supermarket queue, because those practical connections are going to be important this week. But there's also an absolute glittering array of possibilities around the planets which can see something very unexpected manifest itself for you.